You are now listening to About That Business, hosted by Rom Wills. Rom Wills is an entrepreneur and personal coach who has helped people reach their fullest potential personally and professionally. Take it away, Rom.
Thank you, Marshall. The business part of marriage. Now, on one of my videos, every now and then I'll get usually a young lady who, if I have anything to say, maybe about marriage or something like that, they'll get on it. And I had somebody do that on a recent video. And it's always the same thing. Because it's like I'm not anti-marriage, and I generally speak for other people when I talk, but you could tell by how they speak, they have a very naive view of marriage. Right? And I thought about putting this on my relationship channel. But I said, no, I'm going to put this on the business channel. Because the problem is this, and this, I'm going to tell you what, the biggest single, and this is not just something I'm saying, this is coming from marriage counselors, people who've sat in on counseling sessions, because I know a gentleman, he sat in, he said probably more than 50 marriage counseling sessions, just because of, his position and everything. And he said the number one issue is money. People got to remember, see, you get a lot of people who talk marriage and, but it's like, oh, we love each other and everything and want to spend time. We want to grow and all of that. That's cute. That's cute. But the thing that break up the marriage isn't, a lot of cases, I say, lack of spark and everything is big up there. But a lot of times it's the money. That's why, seriously, that's why you get some people who get married, get divorced, yet they'll still have sex every now and then. The money piece is big. The money piece is big. People got to remember, yeah, that's good. You know what? Y'all got a spark. You had that big wedding. Now, all of a sudden, it's a business. First of all, you're not just bringing two bodies together in matrimony and wedded bliss, however long that might last. You bringing two money philosophies together. Both people might not be on a sense of, let's have an abundance mentality. Or both people, or even having a poverty mentality. You have one who might have an abundance mentality, one who have a poverty mentality, you got a problem. Because, see, here's the thing. Once you married, oh, yeah, bedroom thing is great. But how do you pay the bills? What bills do you prioritize? Where do you choose to live? How do you choose to raise your children? Well, that's more deep thought. But where are you going to live at? How are you going to pay for all this stuff? How are you going to deal with purchases? How are you going to budget the money? Shoot, all of a sudden, that's a business thing. What y'all going to invest in? Are you going to save? Because that's a big problem in a lot of marriages, just the savings piece. You got one person who wants to spend money and the other one who wants to save it. And trust me, I haven't sat in on any marriage counseling sessions, but I've talked to plenty of people. And trust me, it's very rare the money thing doesn't come up. Very rare. Heck, sometimes even in couples who probably shouldn't have got together otherwise, sometimes that money thing keeps them together. I knew this woman, she didn't feel any real spark for her husband, and he actually moved out. And, she found somebody who could, turn her out and all of that good stuff. She's back with her husband now, though, because of that buddy thing, because the dude turning her out wasn't going to spend any money. Shoot, when she needed money for her mortgage, that dude turning her out was like, fuck you. So it was just like, hey, we're going to go back to this. Because it's a business. When people get together, it's a business. In fact, that really, if say you have a couple and they don't have money, that's stress. That is stress. It's easy to be in just a relationship with some person. Y'all having fun. Because y'all don't always have to spend money on dating. And sex is free. So y'all doing all that. But then it comes a different situation. You got to say, okay, because if you dating somebody, you don't have to worry about if they keep the lights on or not. That's up to them. You can go over to your place or someplace. Adventurous, just go to a park or something. Shoot. Some go to Motel 6, some go behind McDonald's. Nah, McDonald's be kind of tough. 7-Eleven. So, you know, it's easy then, but then you got to start thinking about the money piece. And trust me, you know, like I've done one before, a video before on, you know, how tough it can be for an entrepreneurial man to find a woman that supports him. It really can. But that's a money issue too. Because I remember I dated this woman one time. Now I'm trying to get a business going, so I'm being stingy. But she actually said she get offended if a man don't spend money on her. And I'm like, well, you know, this money you want me to spend on you is, you know, is allocated towards my business. You know, I'm trying to build something here. But it means something. Because if me and her were to get together and, you know, go further, even get married or something, then if all of a sudden that money isn't there in that savings, it changes everything. They look at it differently. And then it's like, how come we don't have any money? Oh, well, because we're spending it all. Right? And seriously, it comes down to it. You got to look at it because I'm going to tell you what. Every single household that has 2 people in it at least, it's a mini nation. It's a mini subculture. You know, you got to have a director of treasury, a secretary of treasury. You know, you got to say, all right, can we get this? Can we go here? You know, if you got to move out the place, it's like, okay, what's our plan? You know, what are we going to get savings into? Say, like, what are we going to buy? And that's very important because if a couple wants to become affluent, then the money piece becomes even bigger, you know, because every single household, right? Every single household should be thinking in terms of, okay, we want to bring in more money that goes out. And that's something I actually check on every week. I actually check on it with the bank. And they're just like, because like one of the banks I use, they have some, you know, I check it on my phone. And they'll say, okay, you spent this much less than went out. See, you get in trouble economically. And this is bigger than just marriage, but you just get in trouble economically when you spend more money than you actually make. And to be technical, and this probably needs to be another video, if you have to use your credit card for anything, you're really in trouble. Anything other than an emergency. Real talk. Technically, if you have a credit card, money-wise, and I know this is a little tangent, but I'm going to get it out here. And like I said, I need to do a video on it. If you're using your credit card for anything, even food, whatever, other than an emergency purchase, like you got to, you know, your car breakdown, that's definitely emergency. Or, you know, if you have a home, you know, some pipes break or something, you need it. You know, or your vacuum cleaner breaks down. But if you at a point where you routinely spending money on your credit card to pay, you know, to buy basic things like food, you're in trouble. So that's a very important thing. So but all those are factors you got to think about. Or if you're in your marriage, you even got to think about if you even want credit cards. Because say you're a young married couple, you might have to get maybe 1 or 2 to keep some credit going and to spend on it. You know, just to have it, just to establish some credit or something like that. Because there's twisted notion that, you know, they want to see, well, really they just want to see if you want to pay it. That's it. And that's not actually a bad idea to get a credit card when you're young. Maybe limit yourself to $50 spending per month, and then just make sure you can pay it back. You know, just pay it back in full. That'll get your credit going. But like I said, I'll do that otherwise. But that's something you got to think about in a marriage. Because, yeah, the lovey-dovey, yeah, you love them, yeah, they tall or handsome or, you know, they pretty, got big breasts and a fat booty. Yeah, but all that go out the door if the water guy come into your place to turn off the water because you ain't been paying it. Think about it. So that you got to think about it. That's the business part. People don't get that part of marriage. They just talk about it. It's like, nah, there's a lot to it. So anyway, that's it for today. So whatever the case, let's go make that money.